Good morning. Shalom to you. I'm happy. That's Baruch Hashem, my friends and brothers, sisters in Gibraltar. I'm happy to hear the voice of the old rabbi. Shalom to you. The parasha of this week, parasha of Yetzirah, we see that Rahel Imenu was to become the wife of Yaakov Imenu due to Laban, dishonest person. On the night when Yaakov Imenu was going to marry Rahel, he comes and changes the roles and tells Leah to enter into the room with Yaakov and not Rahel. Rahel knew of all this, and she knew that as Yaakov knew that Laban was a dishonest man, he gave a siman, gave a sign to Rahel that when they meet, she'll give him a son, and then he'll know that she is Rahel. So much because of fear of Laban. Rahel gave actually the simanim to Leah, and they married that night. The question that we can ask is, Rahel Imenu, do you think that what you've done of giving simanim to your sister, and thereby Yaakov will marry your sister, and maybe not with you, you are supposed to get married to Yaakov Imenu and have 12 shibtes, 12 tribes of Israel. That's a great undertaking, great mitzvah, great zechut. What you have done, Rahel Imenu, you have given your rights to somebody else. Why? Because you are afraid, you are worried that if Leah will be given to Yaakov, and Yaakov will ask for the signs, for the simanim, she won't have them. Obviously, Yaakov will send her back. What a shame. What an embarrassment. What a humiliation to her sister Leah. And Rahel was aware of all this, and she gave the simanim. Now she's not going to be the only wife of Yaakov, and she's foresaw when Yaakov kissed her, when they were at the well, and Vayisa Yaakov Kolova Yevka, Yaakov began to cry. And you too. Why did he cry? Well, she says something very important. That she says he cried because he foresaw that she will not be married with him. Now, we've got to understand that it doesn't mean that he saw only that she was going to be married with him. It means that he foresaw all his life with this young lady Rahel. And he foresaw that it won't be a happy life with her. She died when she was 32 years old. How sad, Rahel Imenu. She only had 2 children, and she died giving birth. It's a sad situation. And now, but Rahel gave nevertheless a simanim to Leah. We'll ask Rahel Imenu, do you think you're doing the right thing? Instead of you living with your husband who loved you, who gave 7 years of his life to work for your father Laban. Now, let's have an estimation. The price of 7 years to marry the daughter of Laban. Laban was a man who loved money, a man who knew how to handle business things. He accepted the proposition of Yaakov Avinu of taking 7 years. Now, Laban could have said not 7 years, 14 years, 21 years. But Laban knew that 7 years is 100 times fold of the price he was expecting from Yaakov. A month, 2 months of Avodah, 3 months of Avodah maximum. But 7 years. And for Yaakov, on the other hand, He loved so much Rahel, so much impressed by this great lady Rahel, that when he gave 7 years of his life to work for her, the Pasuk says, "Vayu be'enav ki yamim ahadim be'avato otah." Because he loved her so much, he thought that the 7 years that Laban accepted was too little. He thought that would last 20, 40 years. And 7 years, he thought it was a good business. Therefore, it was like a few days, if Laban would have a few days to work. This is the situation, the love that Yaakov had for Rahel. Rahel came and gave everything away by giving the simanim to Rahel. Why? You should not have done that, Rahel. But at the end of the day, she did it. She knew, and there is a very important lesson to know for us. You know, there is a halacha. A question has been asked by Imenu David ben Zimra. When he was young, he was in Spain. And in 1492, when was Gezerah expelling the Jews from Spain, he went to Egypt and settled down there. Rabbi, on the other hand, Rabbi Yosef Karo came to Morocco, and then he went to Turkey. These are the tribulations that our forefathers had to go through. He went to Egypt, and the question was asked. Rabbi David ben Zimra asked. The question was, Rab, a person is in prison, and he was given permission to go one day a year to pray and to do the mitzvot of his Jewish religion. Which day should he? Was Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Shabbat? Nothing of the sort. Rabbi David ben Zimra said tomorrow, whether it's Shabbat or any other day, it's not important. The day he was given, the first opportunity to do a mitzvah is tomorrow. He should choose tomorrow. Kippur is not yet. By the Kippur is in few months. Rosh Hashanah. You should go tomorrow. It means that we are learning from here a very important lesson. Moshe Rabbeinu was given the mission to go to Mitzrayim and save the Jewish people from their slavery to freedom. What a great mitzvah. Can you imagine a greater mitzvah than that? I can't. On the way to Egypt, ויפגשהו אדוני ויבקש עמיתו. המלאך came from השמיים to kill Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Because he didn't do the mitzvah of Berit Milah, circumcising his son. Now, Moshe Rabbeinu thought, like we did, I'm going to Egypt, a great and important sacred mitzvah. And yet, I shouldn't do Berit Milah because it's also dangerous for the baby. So I do the mitzvah on the way to Egypt. No. The mitzvah of doing Berit Milah is today. The saving of the Jewish people is tomorrow, next year, next month, not today. But the mitzvah of today is of paramount importance to do the mitzvah today. And therefore the Malach was going to kill Moshe Rabbeinu until Sipporah did the Berit Milah. We see from here that a mitzvah, an obligation which we've got to do today, is more important than any other mitzvah which will come tomorrow or after tomorrow. And this is the lesson. There are many other proofs, but I'm not going to lengthen them. I'm not going to stay on that argument. But these two proofs are sufficient to prove that a mitzvah which you are duty bound to do today, it's valid more than any other mitzvah. Today is the most important. We are living today, we're living now, the mitzvot that what to do now are the most important. And this is what Rahel said. Rahel foresaw that by marrying Yaakov would give the opportunity of having the 12 Shabbatim Israel, what a great mitzvah, living with her husband, being married Ma'ad Machbela, like Adam Arishan Nahava, like Abraham Avinu and Sarah, like Isaac and Rivka. She also with Yaakov. It wasn't that. she said to herself, the mitzvah of today is to avoid the embarrassment to my sister. Only me, the only person who can say message is me. I've got the key to the room of her husband, the simanim. This is the mitzvah which falls on me today. It's true. Therefore, I get married to Yaakov. I'm going to have 12 tribes and all the mitzvot, all the kiddush of Israel is on me. But that is not for today. It's for tomorrow, for next year, for next 10 to 20 years. But today is one mitzvah. The mitzvah is of avoiding and saving my sister from such a humiliation. And therefore she did what she did. And this is the important lesson. Give an example. An example. Important person comes. Shabbat, wait again, I said. Two people are discussing. I want to invite him. And he says, no, I'm invited first. Comes the rabbi and says, listen, gentlemen, the mitzvah is not whether you do it or he does it or anybody else. The mitzvah is that this person should have a place where to eat and sleep for Shabbat. That is the mitzvah. Now, you are arguing about something which has nothing to do with the mitzvah. You're arguing about something selfish. I want to know. It's me who is going to mitzvah. It's the me that counts. And that's got nothing to do with the mitzvah. You settle between yourselves that this person should have a place where to stay Shabbat, not to eat Shabbat. That's the mitzvah. And this is the same. The mitzvah is that I've got to save my sister. The future of the Jewish people, the 12 tribes, will be done either by me or by my sister Leah. So if I am only going to avoid giving the simanim and let my sister go to the humiliation because of the zechut that I want to have, the zechut of 12 Shabbatim of the Jewish people, it's a question of selfishness, that's all. Since the mitzvah, the kiddush will be done either by me or by my sister, it's all the same. It's all the same. The individual doesn't count. But my mitzvah, which is what to do now, is that the Malapad tells us a nice story in Masechet Sotah. Rabbi Baruch was the rabbi of the community. And the custom in those days was that the rabbi gave a few words of information to the speaker, and the speaker passed it on to the community. The wife of this gentleman said to the wife of Yabaru, you know, my husband is also Tamil Chacham. He doesn't need your husband. Out of respect of your husband, he speaks to the committee what your husband says, but my husband is Tamil Chacham, he doesn't need you. She, the wife of Yabaru, told these words to Yabaru. What Yabaru answered is historical. Yabaru said to her, it doesn't make any difference. So long that the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is sanctified, either by me or by him, it's all the same. The two about Kiddush Hashem is the most important, is the Kiddush of HaKadosh. That's what counts is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nothing else counts. And this is the same. The Kiddush Hashem of having to have children, the tribe of Israel, and all the sanctification which will be done either by myself or by my sister. It's all the same. But my mitzvah, which I've got to do now and nobody else can do it, is me. So she passed on the simanim to Leah. This is a very important lesson for us to live the now. The now is the most important point, most important time in Torah, is the now. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us the good way, mitzvot imachsim tovim, and understand the value of mitzvot. God bless you all. I love you.